Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Dietitian Against Diets, the Playbook Series. So, again, as you guys remember, the Playbook is really just pulling content that I have created from my book of tools, not rules, Play to Win Your Food Fight, and provide some insight on particular things that we all struggle with and kind of give some ideas on how we can overcome that. Before I move forward with it, I want to recognize some of my partners that were a part of having this podcast here. If anyone haven't heard of Midwest Dairy and Midwest Dairy Council, and what they do is they are a very unique organization that wants to make sure that you can understand where your dairy products come from, understand the process of animal care, their sustainability practice, and most importantly, understand how important dairy goods are for you. They make sure that there's love in everything that they do when it comes to um, ensuring that all your products are clean and that they're pure, and that they're also giving you variety ways of incorporating dairy products into your life. When it comes to everyone knows milk, but it comes to other dairy products like cheese and like cottage cheese and like Greek yogurt. All of those are unique foods that we can be very creative with. So if you want to take a look at how creative they have gotten, how they want to kind of give you some of those ideas, go to their website at dairygood.com and you glean some recipes that will give you some ways to enjoy your dairy. Undeniably dairy, that's what it's all about. Another company that's really big on making sure nutrition is number one is Janie's Mill. They're actually a farm out in Illinois. I've spoken with the farmer, and he is really adamant about making sure that his grains are processed in a unique way. It's called stone mill graining, where they slowly crush the seeds in a cool temperature. And this form of milling actually makes sure that it keeps all the nutrients and it keeps all the flavor in. Anywhere from your oat grain to your corn grain to your wheat grain, buckwheat, any type of grains, they have a variety. And what you can do is go to their website and you can select whatever type of flour that you want, and then you can make your own meal. Again, they're all about using organically certified products. They're really big on the sustainability practices, so support them and buy some of their products. Go to their website, janiesmill.com, or if you just want to see what they're about, follow them on Instagram at Janie's Mill. Another company here in St. Louis is Sarah Food. I call Sarah Food the Uber of food service delivery. Not only are they a platform that allows you to select your foods by choosing your shelf first, they also give you a variety of options and what type of meals do you want. Do you want something that's keto friendly? Do you want something that's low in carbohydrates? Do you want something that's diabetic friendly? Do you want something that's plant based? Whatever it is that your needs and or desires are, they will make sure to suffice that. Go to their website, take advantage of that 20% discount by typing in love, capital LOVE, and take a look at their products and try them out. Also, follow them on Instagram at Sarah_food. We're going to get into this playbook. So, as I'm understanding and talking to people, one thing I have always told people, and I do it myself, and I think this is good for everyone to recognize this, what it means to stand up for your foods. I say stand up for your foods. And a lot of times, the reason why I say that is because anytime you're getting ready to change your foods and get into this more cleaner way of eating, you're going to get into situations, whether it's a event, whether it's a family gathering, or sometimes if it's just dinner or lunch with friends. And they're going to start asking questions and ask you, oh, I see you're having a salad. Oh, you opt out of that burger, or you're opting out in the dessert. And when you're first starting this thing called healthy eating, sometimes it can be intimidating because you know people are used to you eating certain things, and then now they're starting to question you. So sometimes we just kind of dismiss it or say, oh yeah, I'm just kind of having this because I'm trying to eat healthy, or yeah, it's not my favorite thing to eat, but I'm going to eat it because I know I'm supposed to. And I understand sometimes you don't want to put too much attention on what you're doing, but at the same time, how can you look at this as an opportunity to stand up for your foods? So what I mean by stand up for your foods is understanding what you're choosing to have. That's your choice. So if your choice is to choose that salad or is to um, select baked over something fried, then be able to stand up for it. Now, what does that look like? Well, I will say when someone asks me, "Oh, you're deciding to have the salad instead of the burger," and my answer would be, "You know what? I enjoy burgers, but I'm really in the mood for a salad, and I just really love the way that it makes me feel afterwards." Or if you're deciding not to go for if you're deciding to forego desserts, how can you just turn the conversation into a way of saying, "You know, I had something sweet the last time and didn't really have my favorite dessert, so I'm good without having it." And being able to stand up for your foods will allow you to create the language of you choose this because you want to. And this is what will happen. So in the beginning, yes, people are going to ask you questions and you may get teased a little bit here and there. But over time, if this is something that they have seen that you have embedded into your life, people will stop asking, they will stop making those comments because you're standing up for what you're eating. And then eventually over time, they will start asking you about, what is it that you're eating or why you're eating that or let me taste it. So understanding that the biggest premise is that standing up for your food means standing up for yourself. Again, you're going to feel pressured and sometimes you're going to feel left out. Sometimes you're going to feel like everyone is looking at you. Anytime there's change, people are always going to raise their eyebrow because they're not maybe getting it, but that's okay because you know why you're choosing to eat these certain foods. So the next time you're in a situation like that, how are you looking at how you're interacting with food? And you know what? It's okay to stand up for yourself. You know, just think, for example, if um, you are, you know, uh, you know, let's say that you got in an argument with your spouse or with a close friend, and someone started talking about them. Would you allow them to talk about them? Or would you, even though you're having your struggles, you're still not going to let someone talk bad about that person, right? And the reason why is because no, you don't want them to talk bad about someone you care about, but that person that you chose is also a representation of you. So it's the same concept when it comes to your food. Like you choose these foods because it represents you. So standing up for your foods is you're just really representing who you are by your choices. And over time, again, people will start to let up. So when you're deciding why you should do this, because again, these are great tools and great things to do, but if you don't know your why reason behind it, then it's a shallow statement, or you won't be able to maintain this level of standing up for your foods concept. Uh, some key things I would say, some play to win moments of how you can really build your platform to how you really are really confident by your words is number one, decide what is best for you. You know, if you're choosing certain foods, you're choosing it because it's best for you. You know, and when you're able to relate it conversation to someone else, it helps them to see their lenses as well. It helps them to see why you're choosing that food. And again, over time, they may decide, let me start looking at it that way and just choose what's best for me. Another thing is you want to know why you're doing this is just not for a short term benefit, but it's for the long term. So let me break that down a little bit. Many times we make choices with our foods because we're looking at a certain number that we want to lose, or if there's a certain date where there's an event and we want to make sure we look good for it. Those are short term goals. Those short term reasons, and they're going to be short lived. So when you're choosing to make these choices and stand up for yourself, you're thinking about the long term. The long term is sustainable health. The long term is getting to a certain body size and being able to live there. And the only way you can live there is by implementing some of these practices on a consistent, regular basis. So think about and know what it is that you want long term to help you build your case on why you're going to stand up for your foods. Um, and again, as I say, if you are a person that you like bringing positive energy to someone, or you just want to inspire someone, know that your other reason is because over time you're going to influence that person. And you're not influencing because you want them to look up to you, but you influence them because of love, because you recognize that, hey, me eating these foods, it's really good for me, and I want you to choose to make some of these choices because you want what's really good for you. So your actions of standing up for your foods, whether it's verbally standing up and saying something, or if it's just your actions, that's a way that you're going to stand up that's the way that you're going to influence them to decide what it is that they're going to stand up for, especially when it comes to food. I'll give you a quick example. So, in my family, I am the person that kind of was a head runner of all this healthy eating. Obviously, by default, being a dietitian. But over time, my family would tease me and they would ask me, why am I eating this or why am I depriving myself? And I would honestly say, I'm not. This is what I choose to do. So fast forward, when I go home for the holidays, guess what my mom is making? She's making sure she has all those ingredients that I want, that I know is healthy for me. And my family, when I go to vacations, go to visits, no one's teasing me anymore. They actually ask me, what am I doing to, be healthy? So again, it's one of those things that you find a way to influence others. Again, when it comes to standing up for your foods, recognizing that standing up for your foods is really standing up for yourself. So the next time you get into a situation that's a little sticky or you feel pressured or you feel unsure, don't feel like you got to fold and to appease or to satisfy someone else's um, questioning. Recognize that, you're choosing this because you want to be okay with saying it. Over time, it will get easier and it will get better. So remember, standing up for your foods is standing up for yourself. So hope that small nugget, no pun intended, of information help you to kind of figure out how you're going to do things moving forward in your different dynamics and situations. You're going to encounter these things all the time. So again, I'm here to try to help prepare you. And how are you going to make sure that you are being consistent and being intentional in your choices and being okay with letting other people know. So I'm hoping that you guys took this and hope that there's something great that comes out of it. So as I am closing with my playbook, I want to recognize a few more companies. One of my favorite companies, and actually she is a favorite of mine because I know the integrity behind it, and that's Banner Rose Granola. Banner Rose Granola, for those who are used to the granola that is going to give you the raisins and the cinnamon and a bunch of oats, then this is not going to be the company for you because they're really big on creating a savory, more unique, more clean way of producing their products. So everything is organic. Their their granola is not just oats. It's a combination of, you'll find quinoa in there, you'll find seeds, you'll find you'll find buckwheat. I'm sorry, not millet. You'll find buckwheat. You'll find all of these different random grains in your granola, and you'll actually find that it gives granola a whole different feel. If you're interested in learning more about their company and seeing what their products are, go to bannerrose.com and take a look at the combinations, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Follow them on Instagram, and you'll see some of their products, and you'll see how they have found ways to bring granola back to life that will give you unique ways to how to implement it into your life. Banner Rose. Another company here in St. Louis that is a part of this podcast being developed is a local company here called Local Harvest. Local Harvest Grocery. Now, Local Harvest Grocery is not just any grocery store. It's not a big, massive grocery store. It's actually kind of a specialty one because what it does is cater to the um, local businesses, whether you're a farmer, whether you make products. They make sure to keep themselves within the community and serve the community. They're really big on sustainability practices. So that means if you have a bag that you already have at home, that's what they want you to grocery shop in. If you have come there quite often to buy refills of things, you have a glass jar, that's what they want you to come in and bring because they want to make sure that they're not bringing any wastage. This is really a unique grocery store for those who are really big on plant-based diets, looking at getting clean foods, getting varieties and unique ways they can shop. Go to Local Harvest on the corner of Morganford and Arsenal and Tower Grove, and you get a feel as soon as you walk in those doors. Find them on the website at localharvestgrocery.com. If you go to them on Instagram, you'll find them on Local Harvest STL. Local Harvest Grocery, right here in St. Louis. Last but not least, I want to highlight another company called Custom Foodscaping. Custom Foodscaping, think of the words custom foodscaping. So what they do is customize your space into transforming it from I would say you're a landscape into a foodscape where everything that you have is still aesthetically pleasing, but it's also something that you can eat. Anywhere from herbs to different types of crops. They help you to recreate your space and help you to connect to what you're growing. And also kind of that's another level of sustainability where you know how to grow your stuff and it's in your backyard. They work with universities, they work with schools, they work with restaurants and help recreate their space. So how can you best use your space and still be able to be satisfied with it looking aesthetically pleasing? Go to their website, see what kind of workshops they have coming up and some of their major projects that they have just done at their website at www.customfoodscaping.com. Follow them on Facebook at Custom Foodscaping or even Instagram as Custom Foodscaping. Again, they're about bringing garden to you, transforming your space, and turning it into something edible. Hope that today was something that worked for you guys. Be looking forward to giving you more playbook moments and helping you to win your fight against food. This is Rashonda Thornton, a dietitian against diets. Talk to you soon.